Welcome to Helsinki, Finland, where today I'm enjoying a daytime layover before heading to the airport. This is the beautiful Folks Hotel in Helsinki. It's pretty modern and nice, but I picked this hotel because it's a few blocks away from the Maki amusement park. This amusement park is located in the heart of Helsinki and home to some incredible roller coasters. So I stopped by here today to ride their newest launch coaster called Taiga. This roller coaster is awesome with multiple launches, lots of inversions, lots of airtime hills. So if you're in Helsinki, I definitely recommend coming here to check it out. The best part is you can only pay to ride once or twice, so you don't have to pay a huge admission fee or anything. And for a couple more bucks, you can even get a video of your ride. So here we are with my new Finnish friend launching into one of the inversions and up and over the many different hills of the ride. It's absolutely fantastic. Of course, being a super roller coaster nerd, I had to ride the Ferris wheel to check out views of the roller coaster. You also get great views of the Helsinki skyline all around you. It's a pretty spread out city, but from up here you can pretty much see everything. So definitely worth a stop on a layover in Helsinki. Only about maybe 20 minutes to the airport via Uber. Speaking of the airport, it is beautiful. This new terminal opened during COVID, and it's one of the most impressive terminals I've ever been to. Check-in was an absolute breeze with all of the self-service kiosks. Of course, today I'm flying Finnair in business class, so I quickly dropped off my bag. There was a private security and passport control for business class passengers, and within just a few minutes I found myself entering the Finnair business class lounge. After a long layover in the city, something that is super valuable is a shower to get freshened up for tonight's overnight flight. The lounge itself was huge and modern, definitely feels like that Finnish style, with a lot of food options to choose from in the buffet. My gate today was all the way at the end of the concourse, but as you can see, this facility is beautiful, and waiting outside for us is our nice new Airbus A350-900. Today we are heading over to New Delhi in India, and it's going to take a little over 8 hours. Now, I was really excited for this flight for one reason. Finnair just launched a brand new business class product. This is something you cannot find on any other airline. It's a unique configuration where the seat doesn't actually recline or move at all. It's kind of like a big couch in the sky, and honestly, I love it. There's plenty of room to relax while it's in the seated position, and it's pretty private. Due to the design, you really can't see anyone next to you. Of course, we have all of our goodies as you would expect in business class: 2 different pillows, blankets, a comforter, and slippers. There's a nice storage compartment over here to the side where you can store some chargers, medicine, and the reading material is provided, as well as a nice little amenity kit. Now, being a brand new seat, it has lots of modern features like wireless charging and a nice hidden compartment up here for our headphones and controller for the IFE, as well as USB and USB-C plugs. Before we get in the air, it's time for champagne and Finnair's popular blueberry juice. It's absolutely delicious. And we'll take a look at tonight's menu. It's a little bit limited with only 3 main courses and a little bit geared towards the Indian audience, but still plenty to choose from and be satisfied on what's a relatively short flight between Helsinki and India. Now, one of my favorite features of the Airbus A350 is those screens, so it's pretty cool to watch as you taxi to the runway. But of course, nothing beats those takeoff views, so sit back and relax as we take off from Helsinki. About 45 minutes after departure, meal service began. We got another glass of that signature blueberry juice along with some warm nuts. And then the main course was served. Our appetizer and main course was all served at once. But honestly, I don't mind this for an expedited meal service, especially on a pretty short flight. It was pretty good, nothing special, but also not bad. It was definitely satisfying, and the little dessert was nicely presented and quite tasty. Now, today's flight takes us a little bit west to begin because of the unfortunate events in the world, so we get a little bit more time to sleep. In order to make the seat into a bed, you basically flip up what's like a footrest at the bottom, and it makes it into a flat surface. With all of the bedding provided, this was a really comfortable bed, probably one of the best ones I've actually tried in business class, so that's probably one of the reasons why I'm a huge proponent of this seat. Plenty of room for your feet. It's not too cocooned in there. I'm about 6 feet tall, so for reference, still plenty of room. And here's a good look of our crazy flight path across Europe and Central Asia before landing in Delhi. After a nice rest, it was time to wake up for breakfast. Once again, kind of like the main course, it was nothing too special, but still plenty of things on the plate in order to make yourself full and ready to take on the arrivals process in New Delhi. The fancy lights in the cabin only mean one thing: it's time for final approach into New Delhi. It was only about 5:30 in the morning when this flight arrived, so still dark outside in New Delhi. I'll go ahead and mention the arrivals process here is quite complicated. It took about 2 hours for me to exit the airport, so by the time I made it to my hotel, it was about 7:30 in the morning. Now, of course, this is normally too early to check in, so I hung out in the lobby of the Novotel. This is right outside the New Delhi airport, but they were super accommodating and actually got a room ready for me at about 8:30 in the morning. So it was super nice to be able to drop off my belongings and freshen up. But with only 2 days here on this layover, I wanted to explore one of the most famous attractions in the world, so I hired a driver to take me down to Agra. Now, with traffic and multiple transfers, it took almost 5 hours. So this is a really long day trip. But it's worth it to see amazing sights such as the Agra Fort, and of course the most famous sight of all. After a short walk through these gardens and sweating our butts off on a 95-degree day, this was in July, we are greeted with the most majestic view of the Taj Mahal. Super glad I got to check out this world wonder.